He's like stomping on people's heads. Like kicking them. I was like, oh my God, this kid's a monster.
Welcome back to Been There, Done That, Got Arrested. I'm Amber.
I'm Aaron.
And a short recap. Last time we introduced ourselves and we gave you a taste of Aaron's wild past. Just a taste.
Just a taste.
Just an appetizer.
Right.
Today we're diving straight into life and the Deadhead days.
Okay.
So make sure you're subscribed wherever you're listening. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that like button, drop us a comment. And we want to hear from you and your wildest road trip or concert stories. So, Aaron, let us know about what made you want to follow the Grateful Dead.
I mean, it's awesome music.
Okay.
It's awesome music. And when I was younger, I was kind of getting into hallucinogenics. It goes perfectly with it.
Younger how?
Well. First time?
Hallucinogenics. How?
Yeah. First time?
Yeah.
14?
Oh, my God.
14? I think 14. Yeah. Yeah, 14. It was awesome. I was definitely, when I was younger, they call it a psychonaut. Person who takes like high dosages trying to test the bounds of reality. That was definitely me.
Okay, so tell me what a trip is like.
Oh man, I don't know if I can. It's awesome. I mean, it just, opens up part of the brains that you would never use. I mean, do you ever see those scans of like a person who's on hallucinogenics? Like when you're not on them, very small portion of your brain is being used.
Right.
When you're on them, it's like your whole brain is lit up.
But what do you see?
Well, if you're on low dosages, you don't see really anything. It's all kind of in your head, an outlook on the world.
Okay.
Now, higher doses, you definitely hallucinate.
Right. I was going to say, when someone says hallucinogenics to me, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to take it and like the door frames are going to start waving and like monsters are coming.
They do that. I mean, maybe not monsters. Well, it depends on what your definition is of a monster.
Okay.
I mean, I've never seen one hallucinated that was like right there, but I've definitely in the head, like I feel like I've communicated with something.
Really?
On mushrooms, yeah.
Okay.
And it's weird. It's like they know you're there. Like you've crossed the threshold, and I've had times where they like were fucking with me.
Is it like a dream?
No, it's like I can really like closed eyes. You're hallucinating with your eyes closed, and you like took some mushrooms. And I wanted to do more because mushrooms has a very low halftime or something like where you actually loses your system quick. Acid, it's like a 10-hour thing, 10 to 12 hours. Mushrooms, like from beginning to end, 3 hours, 4 hours.
Oh my God. I just can't imagine like being on a bad trip and then being like, I want to get off this ride.
Yeah, well, that's when you're on acid, it's pretty bad. And I got stories of those where it's, I mean, did you ever hear my stories about when I flipped out?
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay, but you didn't hear it.
No, I haven't heard it.
Oh, you haven't heard it?
I haven't heard it.
Okay, well, that's a crazy one. But there was like with my eyes closed, there was something there, and I call them like interdimensional dragons. It looked like like when you see like a House of Dragons.
Yeah.
It looked like a dragon. And it kept like coming like in my mind. It was like coming like right here and baring all its teeth and everything. Like,
so you're still in the house, right? Like you still have your wits about you. So these things are in your space, or
in
they're
my mind?
in your mind when you close your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't see them when you open your eyes.
No.
Okay.
And then they're totally, like I said, they like fuck with you. I've had other things. Do you ever hear of like Joe Rogan talking about the like jester archetype on DMT?
On DMT.
Yes.
Yeah.
So mushrooms and DMT are very close in like chemical structure. So, I mean, I even had talked to people before that were like I've seen the crazy evil looking jesters before, but it wasn't on DMT. It was on mushrooms. And they were fucking with me.
Ugh.
They were like, in my mind, like flicking me off, like getting in my face, like they were trying to intimidate me.
Ew.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I mean, that would freak a lot of people out. And it has, like, I've seen people's stories on YouTube where it's fucked them up.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, if they're there, they're not going to fuck with me in this realm. I
don't know. I can't.
All right, well.
I can, I think they call it lucid dreaming. I can control my dreams.
Okay.
And there's a lot of times where I'll be like, wake up. And that's good enough for me.
I've never had that. No, I've had some pretty crazy dreams too.
My thing is like, I try to wake myself up from these dreams. Like I'm scared in the dreams, which is why I'm trying to wake myself up. Right. I just don't want to do like a drug that also makes me want to be like that.
Yeah, okay.
Like it sounds horrifying.
I have like the most craziest dreams I ever had was on over-the-counter sleep aids.
Oh, interesting.
The one that I took
do have to say, like, I had to take Sudafed, and that does it.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that knocks you out.
Okay, so you're 14. Who are you getting hallucinogenics from?
I mean, my neighborhood drug dealer.
The guy who took the VCRs?
Who was a deadhead, kinda. He was a wannabe deadhead. We started going to shows together.
Okay.
He had been going to shows because he was older than me. I mentioned him to you.
Right. Is that the guy you sold the VCRs to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the asshole.
What an asshole. So, okay, is that how you got into Grateful Dead music?
A little bit.
Okay.
I mean, the first time I did it, I like took a really huge dose. It was probably like the equivalent to like 20 hits of acid.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's just pivot for a second. Before we get into that, for our younger listeners.
Yeah. Okay. We're not promoting this. Drug use.
No, never. No. This is about reform here.
Yeah.
We're all about reform.
Exactly.
No, but for our younger viewers and our younger listeners, the Grateful Dead is a band that would tour, and they are
from the 60s hippies.
Right.
Lived in San Francisco, pioneers from like, one of the hippie movement. They're one of the well-known bands that kind of were like that Jefferson Airplane.
Right, but they fostered this environment where people would just completely follow them around the country, and then
deadheads.
Right, they were deadheads, but it was like just this beautiful community where everybody would get together.
Kinda. I mean, I was oblivious and getting into the Dead, and I always thought it was that hippies, beautiful, this and that, and then I got a taste of the dark side, which we'll cover that later.
Wait.
There's a dark side to many of these things that like where they tour around and they're constantly touring.
Yeah.
You think it's all good and, rainbows and lollipops, and it's, and that was the one time when I'll tell you later that I found out, no.
Right.
There's a dark side to it.
You get into their music.
Yep.
You really like them.
So the very first time I remember doing it, I was a New Year's Eve party with all my friends. And everybody was tripping. And I took a huge heroic dose. Like the Christmas tree was still there, and it was like literally breathing, like huge breaths, not little. It was breathing. I thought it was gonna get up and walk out the door. I was hallucinating that the actual the tinsel on it was things. The ornaments were moving on it.
Oh my God!
So if it's just hallucination, the ornaments and the tinsel shouldn't be moving, right? Right. Well, they were moving.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's in the same realm of the Christmas tree was moving. So why can't the tinsel?
Right.
I guess. But I remember my buddy, he put on some music, and I was like, who is this? And he's like, oh, it's the Grateful Dead. I'm like, these guys are awesome. And from that point on, I was like totally into the Dead.
So it started on New Year's Eve. Your friends are tripping. That's the first time you ever took it?
Acid?
Yeah.
No, I had tripped before. I mean, if you don't go straight to 20 hits, like.
You were a Deadhead and you followed the Grateful Dead for a long time, right? Mm-hmm. So how did you get into that?
Well, they were still touring. And like I said, I had some friends that were older than me that were touring, and I just kind of started following. We all, it's kind of a group thing, especially with your friends. And even though we weren't great friends, we were different age groups. It's all love. Yeah. It's all love. If you're into the Dead, I'm into the Dead, and we're all going to it. We're from the same neighborhood. Come on, we'll do it together. And sometimes it facilitates it easier. Yeah. When you got other people to pitch in for gas money or whatever, especially when you're touring and you're following them around place to place.
Sure. Did you follow them all around the country?
Not every place, but I mean, all through the Midwest. I mean, I'd gone to California too, but I didn't tour. I flew. I flew to California when I was 17 to see a New Year's Eve show at Oakland Coliseum.
Oh, okay.
By myself.
By yourself?
By myself.
Ugh.
It wasn't supposed to be that way.
But to be a man.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be that way. I remember my mom saying, she's like, what are you going to do? By the way, I quit my job to do that. And I told my boss that I was like, I'm going to be going for New Year's Eve, blah, blah. And they always shrug it off. Yeah, okay. And then when it's time to come, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting ready to leave. And they're like, no, we can't be without you. And I'm like, I told you I was going. My tickets are bought. And he was just like, you got to stay. Otherwise, I was like, I got tickets. I'm not going to give this up. And, I was really into that. I'm going to do this. He's like, well, it's your job or this. And I'm like, I guess I quit then because, I was 17. I was like, I'll get another job. Right. It was probably my first real job. And so, yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Tell me about your first Grateful Dead concert. The experience that really sucked you into becoming a Deadhead.
I was already into the Dead already because I had gone to the parking lot. The parking lot has its own scene. And there's people.
Kind of like Fish.
Yeah,
in a way,
who's following in the steps of the Grateful Dead. Okay, and there's the place where everybody's vending, and not every place has a vending strip, because the venue won't let you do it because people are paying to vend. Okay, and a lot of stuff is they call them lot shirts, anything that has to do with the Grateful Dead. If it has the Bears or the Steal Your Face, you can't do it. There's actually the Grateful Dead had their own people that would go out and look for people and bust you. Yeah. And take your shit, and you can actually get fined.
Yeah. Well, it's copyright infringement.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I was already into that. I mean, my first going to the Dead lot, and there's people that aren't even into the Dead would go because they knew it was a party. You can get drugs there, and people are like vending food and crystals and, all hippie shit. Like people are just getting crazy. But a lot of venues used to let you camp in the lot when it was like a 3-day stretch. Mm-hmm. I think it was 87, 88, something like that.
87, 88.
87, 88.
I'm 4 years old.
Yeah, okay, there you go. And I was with my friends, and I was like, let's go to the Dead show. And we weren't really planning on going to the show. We just wanted to like check out the scene. Mm-hmm. I was already into the music. And my friends that were with me, he wasn't even into that. He's the same thing, partying. My friend's a Deadhead, so let's go.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. It was a great time. And like just seeing that, I was like, well, now I got to really experience them live, the music.
Yeah.
And my first time was to Deer Creek in Noblesville, Indiana, which is now not called Deer Creek, but to all Deadheads, it'll always be Deer Creek.
Right.
It's like Verizon 1 or something like that.
I hate when they do that. Just leave the original names.
Right. Who cares?
That stuff sounds so
you
stupid.
own it. Who cares? Well, they're just trying to promote themselves. It's always a bank or something like that, or some big, company. So I won my friends, and we actually took the bus there, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So I did like 6 shows in a row, and then I was locked in. I was like, yeah, I got to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Wherever I can, money, providing that I have it to do it.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of friends that were like, that their parents had money and they gave them money so they would go on tour. I had to like make my money or somehow get money.
Yeah. Get it.
Wink, wink.
We don't condone anything that we talk about in this podcast ever.
This is me.
These are bad decisions that Aaron has made.
Don't follow in my footsteps.
Don't ever do what he did.
Yeah, exactly.
So how many years do you think you followed them for?
I looked up on because I have a bunch of my ticket stubs. I think the first year that I went to a show, it was either 89 or 90.
Okay.
So it was 90. And then, so Jerry died in 94, 93, 94. So I only got, so many times. And I also got arrested too. So I was locked up for a year and a half.
Hell yeah.
So
don't worry,
once
folks,
I came
we'll
out,
get there.
Once I came out, it was like business as usual, back on tour.
Right.
And got busted again.
Oh my God.
And the funny thing was I got busted in Ohio at the Richfield Coliseum right in Cleveland.
Okay.
So did my time, came out, and I was following fish at that time. And we had a bunch of tanks of nitrous, pharmaceutical grade, and we got busted in Dayton. We didn't even crack the tanks open. They had like troopers like going through the aisles looking for people, and they get like we were about to fill a balloon, and I made eye contact with this trooper. He's like, put it, and he's like, come on out.
Right.
And they busted us, and it got like thrown away. The case was tossed out because I had a public defender, and actually he put in a motion to suppress the evidence because he's like, nitrous oxide, isn't that stuff whipped cream? I was like, yeah. That's it. He's like, well, if they sell it in any form, it's not illegal. And it doesn't fit what they were trying to prosecute me as. It was like a dangerous drug. I was trying to distribute a dangerous drug. And he's like, yeah, no. And they actually like tossed it out of court.
And explain to the kids.
Only kids are watching this.
Right. Only children. Explain to the people what whippets are. Like you fill up a balloon, right? And then you suck out
Laughing gas.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing as what you would get at the dentist.
Okay.
There's this pharmaceutical, it's a purer product, it's like, but it's the same thing.
Yeah. Except when I've seen people do whippets, don't name names. When I've seen people do whippets, it's funny because when you suck in helium, your voice goes real high. Yeah, but when you do whippets, it goes way down. Yeah. It sounds like, because I've never done them, so I've talked to people who've done whippets. It sounds like I'm speaking to them, but they're in slow motion. Right. Which is super interesting.
It's something like, just like the helium speeds up, like tightens the vocal cords, it loosens them.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a reverse effect.
Okay.
I don't know why it does that, but.
What do you think is one of the weirdest or funniest people you've ever met on tour? Like one of the most memorable people you've ever met while out there?
Funny or just somebody that's memorable?
Whichever one.
Okay, now let's go memorable. So this was the time that it was right when I did my first couple of shows. Mm-hmm. What was her? Debbie? Was it Debbie?
Oh, no. She was an older woman.
She was an older one. She was. And she was an old school hippie from California.
Yeah.
And like she was also a heroin addict with her boyfriend.
Great.
And
how old are you at this time?
17.
Okay.
Around 16, 17.
Okay.
So I met her in, I want to say I met her at Deer Creek.
Okay.
One of the friends knew her. And we were like, well, we're going to...
Well, and because with these environments too, like you'll meet somebody in Indiana and then see them at another show in California.
And the more you're on the road, the more you you have a family. You keep seeing the same people.
Right.
And then you just kind of become like road family.
Right.
So me and my friends, we all stayed. Like we went to the show and we ended up staying. We were like all sprawled on her mom's like couches and floor and everything.
Yeah.
And this is the first time so me and my friends stayed up all night, because we had shipped the night before. And it was already sunlight coming up. And all of a sudden, this cute little kid walks out. And he had his diapers on, and he was like long hair. He was probably like three.
Okay.
And he's like looking at all the people on the ground.
Just like, passed out?
Yeah, well, everyone's sleeping. Everyone's sleeping. Yeah, everyone's sleeping. And
not passed out from like drugs.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe some, but no. It was just we were going to the show, and some of us tripped, and it takes a lot out of you, exhausts you.
Yeah.
And so he comes out in the morning, and he's like looking around all the way. I was like, oh man, look! And me and my friend were up, and I was like, oh my god, look at this cute kid. This kid's adorable. And all of a sudden he's like, rah, rah, he's like stomping on people's heads, like kicking them. I was like, oh my god, this kid's a monster. From that point on, I kept seeing him at other shows because his mom was on tour. His name was Zachariah. I am Zachariah. No, stop that, Zach. No, I am Zachariah. Like this kid was like, he was an evil kid. Like he was like street smart though, because his mom was like a deadhead hippie who was on the road, heroin addict, and she took him on wherever she went. And like I remember when I was at that New Year's Eve show in San Francisco in Oakland, there was like an ambulance going by. He's like, yeah, those are the people. They were probably doing nitrous, and I was like, this kid's like, I feel like I'm talking to a regular adult.
He's 3?
Yeah, well, yeah, 3, 4. He was 4 probably when I saw him there. He was just really smart.
I didn't know what nitrous was until like 2 years ago.
No, he was a dead lad. I mean, this kid had been toured with his mom forever.
Ugh.
Right, and so
is it the same kid that had the Playboy stuff on his walls?
No, that was it. No, but that's funny you said that was Arizona. My next story is in Arizona, and my friends were all going to Tempe, Arizona for a Dead show, and I was like, oh man, I want to go so bad, but I got to work, and I was like.
Or I'll just quit this fucking job.
I was like, no, at that time I wanted, but I was like, I'm going to be gone for a week. You only work Monday through Friday, and the weekends you're off. So it was a Friday, and I'm like, I can fucking like, I was like, I'm going to just go, and I'm going to call from Arizona. I'm going to just say I'm sick. And I called my boss. I was like, oh man, I'm really sick. I was like, I can't come in today. He's like, we really need you. I was like, and I'm looking at like palm trees. I was like, yeah, I don't think I can come in. He's like, okay, fine. He's like, we'll see you on Monday.
I have explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, all right. He's like, we'll see you on Monday. I was like, oh yeah, I'll see you on Monday.
Cough, cough.
Yeah, right. So I'll see you on Monday. So I saw him at the show. This kid Zachariah.
Oh, I thought you meant your boss.
No. I saw this kid because his mom's on tour. And he's doing at the show. He's running down this hill and dive bombing into the backs of people's legs and taking them out. He's cracking up the whole time. Bam! I was like, oh man, he just took that dude. Like, right. So I'm like, this kid is crazy. This kid's evil. And so I'm just having a good time. I'm dancing. All of a sudden, I feel like tap on my like lower leg, and I'm like, huh? And he whipped a handful of dirt right in my eyes. I'm like blind. I'm like, I was like, I'm gonna kill this fucking kid. I wanted to kill this kid. I was like, I'm like, slow my eyes are tearing. I'm like, oh, this kid. And I'm like, I can't take him over my knee and beat him. I was like, wow, man, I'm around a bunch of hippies. They're gonna like totally like lynch mob me if I hit this kid. I wanted to kill this kid. I was like, why did they totally like touch me, like whip a handful of dirt in my eyes? Oh my God.
He's been waiting for you all day.
Totally. He was like I said, he was dive bombing people. It's like, and he's laughing, like that evil laugh.
That's fucking funny.
And then last night I remember seeing his mom, and I was like, where's Zach? And she's like, yeah, we got busted. And he's like, they took him like, DCFS, whatever.
He's going to be just fine.
Well, yeah, it's like, the funny thing, I was like, so how's he doing? She's like, he knows how to play the system. He's being Mr. Good, like nice, and he's like, he knows what he's doing. I was like, oh, okay, so he knows.
Oh, that's sad.
Right. Zachariah! The very first one, I said he's stomping on all my friends' heads as he's waking up. He looks so adorable. Long blonde hair, hippie kid with his diapers on, just waking up. I'm like,
Dad!
Yeah. Stop, kick your head. My friends are like, oh, like waking up to like getting kicked in the head.
With a tiny foot.
Like, thank God I was up. Otherwise he would have been kicking me in the head.
Oh my God.
That's probably one of the most memorable. And like I said, it was right when I first started touring or going to my first Dead shows. I met her.
Yeah.
So, and then that evil kid of hers, as much as I would love to forget her, it's ingrained. It's in my brain for good. Till the day I die.
I love that if you were to meet Zachariah right now, you'd be like, hey man, what's up? Just fucking yes!
Yeah, right now. Pocket sand. Pocket sa.
You've been waiting for this moment
dribble.
for 40 fucking years.
Dude. But yeah, hopefully it did him some good. it was definitely nothing good was going to come of being on tour with his mom, who's a heroin addict, and just, keeping him in tow. And I mean, I know she had definitely done stuff being, just keeping herself on tour and, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Favors, and he's there, so.
I just can't stop like, Zachariah!
Zachariah! It's like, oh, stop that, sad. Oh, and I forgot to tell you why he's like that. By the way, we were at her mother's house, so it's his grandma. He's like, fuck you, grandma. I don't have to do anything you say. Fuck you. And she's like, oh, stop that, Zach. Fuck you. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, a kid coming
3
from
years old,
like,
and I was telling his grandmother to fuck off.
Well, and coming from the house that you come from. And like, I remember when I used to have a friend who would talk back to her mom, and I'd be like,
it's like, fuck you. Chill, you're not alone. But dude, stop. That's how his mom was. Oh, you stop that, Zach. You stop that. Don't do that. Like when he whipped that shit in my eyes. Why did you do that, Zach? That was not nice.
That was not nice.
That was not nice. That she facilitated his behavior. She never was, about discipline at all.
Yeah, it's like gentle parenting.
I mean,
but
she was just a drug addict. It's easier for her to do that.
Yeah.
And then she's just behind the mask on being like, I'm a hippie, but that's not what I do. We don't discipline. It's always yes, no, never no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a cop-out.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just easier for her to say that so she doesn't anything the way this kid is not because of her.
Yeah. I've learned with parenting and like gentle parenting that I don't hit my kids. I don't believe in hitting my kids.
For sure.
But there's a way to be able to discipline your kid. They're still people. You can respect them as people, but also lead them in a way that they don't do things instead of just being like.
Studies say hitting does not work.
Right.
If anything, it makes you, and my dad used to beat the shit out of me. It made me more like, screw you. Right. I never changed. Like the bad things I was doing, I still did them.
Well, it was funny because I had this conversation with my sister. So we're on our way back on a road trip. And I was like, I was so pissed off with my kids. We're on our way home. I said, they're lucky I'm not in the business of hitting kids. Right. And she goes, why aren't you? And her and I were fighting at this moment. And I go, I'm mad at you. I said, can I punch you in the fucking face? Exactly. And she's like, no. I go, exactly. Right. Like if I wouldn't hit my spouse or my friends, why would I hit my children? But the other reason is too, like with my son, he doesn't learn things through conversation. Right. He learns things through actions, and he's going to be much bigger than me at some point.
Yeah, at some point, right.
Right. So if I teach him that it's okay to hit, you're just teaching these kids that it's okay to smack somebody when they're upset.
Yeah, right. It's a
Boy,
cycle.
I want to. Boy, I want
Absolutely.
to. It's so funny watching my kids too. Like they'll do shit, and I just keep a fucking tally. I'm like, that was a hittable offense. That was a hittable offense.
Do it.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, like, I'm against it, but yet I feel like certain kids, like Zachariah, could have like learned from a good SWAT. I mean, like there's certain situations and they say like kids don't understand respect, and like that's where it kinda. And I don't believe you should beat your kid.
No,
but a SWAT to let them like know you're there and be like, or like, that I can see. And like even with the babies, like when they hit them through the diaper, it's not about the pain. It's about almost like a humiliation thing, embarrassment.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that either. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. But but Zachariah, the way you're explaining him, like if he were to have gotten hit, is he going to then turn that around and use that on other people? You
never know where it would go. I'm not saying beat your child, but a little SWAT once in a while to let them know, you better show me some respect. Otherwise, you're going to get one of these.
Yeah, but I think you also have to give respect to your children in order to get it. And you also have to like act. That's the one thing I hate the most about being a fucking parent is like, if I want my kids to act a certain way, I also have to act a certain way. You have to lead by example. Yeah. And it fucking sucks because I'm like, you have to kind of be on all the time because my daughter will be like, you're swearing. Why can't I? And I'm like,
shut up. Do as I say, not as I do.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Right. And they always want to test those boundaries with you. They're always testing you.
Right.
So a little SWAT. They're like, now stop those testing. It's like, don't even.
The anger is strong with you. Right. You would have fucking MMA fought him if you could.
Next time you won't say, why this, why that?
Right. Did tour life teach you anything or just push you, do you think, kind of darker into chaos or deeper into chaos?
To a degree.
Yeah.
It did. Like I battled with addiction, heroin specifically.
Yeah.
The first time I ever did heroin was on Dead Tour. We were in Detroit and like we were staying in a hotel and there was like these two hookers that my friends were talking to.
How do these stories get worse?
And they were like, you want to do some heroin? And my all was like, yeah, sure. We've never done that before.
So how many drugs, how do you get to heroin? Like where's that on the pyramid of things? Like how many drugs do you do before you're like, yeah,
pot,
heroin?
Coke, hallucinant acid, alcohol, like heroin, I feel is always the worst thing that you're always thinking like, oh, that's the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
But me and my friends were already done everything else, and we're like, we're just gonna try it. We're in Detroit, so it's not like we can get it right down the block.
You're in a hotel room with two hookers.
They just got it for us. We drove them. They got it. I think.
And we're talking about heroin injected through a needle, right?
No, you can snort it. You can snort heroin. You can smoke it too.
How did you do it the first time?
Snort it.
Jesus
I busted
Christ.
out that ring and popped it. First time,
God.
baby. No, snorting.
Okay.
And it was cheap. It was like $10 for a thing. So me and my friends, we all got it. Every one of them, everybody in the room, they're sick. This is one of the things that happens. You puke, you get stomach.
When you
get
do
nauseous.
it?
Yeah. You're nauseous and you like puke. And it's weird because like at first when you puke, you're like, that's horrible. But then when you become a heroin addict, you're like, I wish I could get to that state, that high that does that. Because it's not like throwing up where you're like, you're retching and you're like, your stomach is like, it's real almost a pleasurable thing. You're just like, blah. It comes up and there's no like tensing or anything.
What is this high like? Like, what is a heroin high like?
It's a euphoric, floaty high, and it's a downer. It's a downer high. You're not out.
Yeah.
So every one of them, everybody's running, like cold sweating and like high and like going to the bathroom multiple times and puking. I was the only one.
It sounds like food poisoning.
No, but it's different. It's different. Like I said, it's pleasurable though. It's a euphoric high. It's very floaty.
Yeah.
Like your mother could have just died and you do some heroin. You're like, oh, mom died. Like, that's why a lot of people do heroin. It's just like all these traumatic things.
You don't feel your feelings anymore.
At all.
Sure.
At all.
Sure.
It's just like, whatever. It's all good, So I was the only person in that room who did not puke. And I think that was one of the reasons why I became a heroin addict, because I was like,
well, I think too, like people, the way that we're taught when you're taught in like the DARE program or whatever, you're taught that you do heroin once, you're addicted forever. And that's not really the way that it goes, right?
Well, I mean, for some, because some people have addictive personalities. I feel like that was me.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't physically addicted to it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
But I was like, I feel I was mentally like,
I got to do it again.
Yeah, because I was a stoner getting high all the time. And by that time, I was like, I barely get high from smoking weed anymore.
Yeah.
What's the next thing that I knew that's going to like knock
the
me
highest high.
Yeah, that's going to knock me on my ass.
Yeah.
That was heroin.
How old are you?
I was like 21.
Okay.
21, 22. I was working at the bar too.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you think, like looking back, do you think that well, I guess you just answered this question, but do you think it would be the Grateful Dead days that kind of set you up for trouble moving forward?
Oh, yeah.
Like a snowball effect?
I feel like I was already getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Thieving, stealing. I was always finding some way to get in trouble, but that definitely.
How the fuck are you and your sister so different?
And both my sisters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, both your sisters. Like, how are you guys so different?
I know. Polar opposites.
Yeah. What would you say is one of your biggest learning lessons from the Dead days or being a deadhead?
Don't trust anybody. I mean, really. Totally. I was like, I thought everybody, you can trust people and like loving and the hippies and that. No.
Right.
No. I mean, that's what it was. I totally gave trust to them because I thought they were cool.
Yeah.
And got totally screwed.
Yeah.
Totally got screwed, which we'll talk about in the next episode.
Yeah, which will be the next episode. That's for sure.
Because it's a crazy story. It's nuts.
Oh my God.
It is nuts. I mean, it's one of my most, I said with the Grateful Dead, other than getting busted, it's one of the big things that actually taught me a lesson. Like, don't trust anybody. There's a dark side to these concerts and the tours. It's not all love, peace, and love.
Yeah.
It's not all peace and love.
Which is what I thought it was. It was just a bunch of people hanging out. And it's like a community.
And I was going, because there's a bunch of people that they call them family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's family members that like been traveling with the Dead forever and they're family. And if you're a person on tour, you become part of this family. And those families kind of still exist with touring around with Fish and but there was also family that were like Rainbow Family. There were the hippies that they were the ones that go have those big, huge about like saving the earth.
Oh, like environmentalists?
Environmentalists.
Yeah.
That's what they are. The Rainbow Family is all environmentalists, and they have these huge Rainbow Family gatherings, and where you like backpack in, you like miles in, you park your car and you like, and everything just like no money's no good there. It's kind of like the Burning Man. You trade, you barter.
I have to tell you, I just looked into Burning Man because there was unfortunately a death that happened there. But I was looking into Burning Man and what it is. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah,
or at least like the premise
for sure.
of it sounds amazing.
But I feel like now it's all like Instagrammers, like, look at me, like,
I'm at Burning Man.
I mean, seriously, that's what it's become. And Burning Man used to be free.
Oh.
It used to be free, and like you had to bring everything, and they call it the playa. You're in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there. There were no toilets. There was no nothing.
Right.
So now it's totally like a festival.
Right.
It's totally like people
like
vending,
Coachella
and it costs a lot to get it. There's a fee now.
Yeah.
There's an admission.
Have you been to Burning Man?
No.
Oh.
No. I mean, I like to do it, but I think it's like, first of all, they sell out. The tickets sell out because there's only so many, and like there's a lot of people out there, but they still sell out really early.
Yeah.
And I think there's like $500-$600 to be able to go.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, it's an amazing, time.
Right.
But yeah, I don't feel like I need to go.
Yeah. Well, that's it for this episode of Been There, Done That, Got Arrested. Thanks for hanging out with us. Next week, we'll talk about what happens when the music stops. Well, we'll get into that in the next episode.
It's a better story, actually.
Perfect.
It's a much better story than me getting arrested.
We'll see you next week. My name's Amber.
My name's Aaron.
Bye.
Bye.